Today we're about to unveil a major secret that relates to his girlfriend. Before long, his girlfriend was found, but she wasn't an ordinary girl anymore. She was performing at a private club. The security chief candidly told him things were more complicated than he seemed. They suspected him of planting a virus to frame him, but luckily, he had tech magic. He stealthily hid his homemade hacking tool under the table, ninja style, to change the timestamp of when he visited the office. That way, the virus timing didn't match his entrance, and he successfully dodged suspicion. However, Old Black had a keen intuition and sensed there was some secret hiding in Matt's eyes. Just as Matt was about to leave, he noticed everyone was getting frisked. He reluctantly had to leave his hacking tool behind, hoping to sneak it back later. The next day, he returned to Old Black's office and spent ages only to find his tool had been taken. Matt panicked, thinking he was in big trouble. However, Old Black just wanted him to confess what he was. He sat in his car, contemplating who the culprit was, since the tool held all his dark history. Meanwhile, a man was fiddling with his tool, trying to crack its secrets. His colleague, the Blondie. Look at him, this promoted fast guy trying to control everything. However, Matt is no pusher. He set up a self-destruct program on the tool, and before Blondie could even start, the tool was going boom. Blondie quickly shut it down, barely saving some data, but cracking this thing was going to be a monumental task. So, he had to swallow his pride and seek help from some street-smart computer whizzes. But one expert looked into Blondie's background and thought, this dude is loaded yet still wants to climb higher, so he agreed to help. But before helping, the expert made an outrageous demand. Blondie had to catch a rat with his bare hands. Despite the challenge, Blondie huffed and puffed, proclaiming he would find someone else. He even threatened, "I'll give you a skeleton key," but the expert was too crafty for that. Ultimately, Blondie had to tumble around in the filthy streets, getting covered in muck. The expert was thrilled, but quickly requested something even more absurd. He had to eat the rat he caught. Blondie was baffled, thinking this was some initiation. It's my chance to become an artist. When he finally accessed the content, a woman appeared. She was a night goddess in an executive club. Without a second thought, Blondie asked Eddie to set up a date, feeling like a secret hunter. As the surveillance rolled, the woman became pixelated. Awaiting anxiously was none other than Matt's long-lost girlfriend, Amy. Matt secretly rigged the device below her, and as it worked, he absorbed all those upstairs masterpieces. Listening to the familiar sounds, Matt realized his girlfriend was with his colleague Blondie, who was entertaining her with strawberries. But Amy insisted she grew up in a paradise, concealing her past. Faced with threats, she reluctantly revealed her truth, catching the eye of the rich kid. After hearing this, Blondie felt like head struck gold, desperate to know her connection to Matt. However, Amy didn't recognize Matt. His identity in the lower district was actually her real name, Amy. Hearing that, Blondie was fuming. How could there be someone cooler than him? He grabbed a nearby screwdriver, approaching her like an interrogator. "I'll ask you one more time." Amy resolutely refuted the accusation, even though she was fully aware of how perilous her situation had become. Meanwhile, Matt frantically hacked into the hotel system from downstairs, ready to work his magic. Suddenly, alarms blared, forcing everyone to wear masks and evacuate, while Matt finally saved Amy. But just as he was ready to chase after her, his boss called an emergency meeting. Matt had no choice but to return to the company to showcase his new product, because work comes first. This product was based on the competitor's brainwave extractor, and its highlight was deleting parts of a person's memories. Imagine, employees deleting company memories before leaving. What a work black hole. He confidently said it could launch in 3 months, but his boss said it was too long. It had to be done in a month. At that moment, his phone buzzed to Blondie's location, heading to the lower district. Matt realized something was off and hurriedly agreed to the product development request before rushing out of the company. At that moment, Blondie found Amy's biological father based on her info, and the truth was about to be unveiled. The father thought Amy was long gone, but when he learned the truth, he nearly jumped for joy. Then, Blondie showed the photo of Matt, asking the father if he recognized the man. Sure enough, the father revealed Matt's real identity. He was born as a regular guy in the lower district. However, this was serious crime, and the upcoming report could send Matt to jail, making Blondie ecstatic to expose him.